Make sure you guys
like, comment, and subscribe.
You got the sunlight out today, even though it's like
Freezing.
a whole bunch of snow and it's cold out.
There was like a whole like snowstorm last night. It was crazy. We were gonna hang out yesterday so we could film. I didn't want to die. I was out like all afternoon and it was snowing so bad. I was so scared.
I worked yesterday morning, you guys, so I got home just before the snow started coming down.
I was out when it was started. I was scared. I was like, I'm not trying to die today. People don't know how to drive in the snow. They be getting scared. I'm scared.
All of us in Chicago, we thought we wasn't gonna have no winter, y'all, because it didn't snow till like last week, really.
For real.
Yeah, so we're catching up, I guess. Man.
Yep.
Oh man, I hate the snow. But anyways, I'd rather have snow than be out in one of them towns where you gotta deal with hurricanes, earthquakes, and all that. Just saying.
Yeah, can't argue with that. I agree.
Yeah. But did I miss something? What was I saying? Oh, in the description are our social media, so go follow us. I know we steered from the topic a little bit, but let them know what we're doing today.
Well, today we're just going to talk about some of our most embarrassing moments. And a lot of our embarrassing moments around people have been us falling, tripping, getting hurt, stuff like that. So we're just going to laugh at ourselves a little bit. I don't know what that twitch was. We're going to, oh, that felt good. We're going to laugh a little bit and just talk about our younger selves.
And she cracks her bones.
It felt really good though. It like tightened up when I tried to turn it on.
Anyways, I guess I'll tell my first embarrassing story, y'all. So, in junior high, this is my first embarrassing one, but this is the one that like pops up into my head the most. In junior high, so in junior high, our lunchroom is like the gym room. I don't know if anybody else who has like a small school or something like that has the same thing, but our lunchroom is like our gym room too.
Oh, so, yeah, the tables like pulled out from the wall.
The tables like came down, like bleacher type tables came down or whatever. So,
ew, they were ugly blue. I haven't thought about that place in so long.
I know, and they're like killing this stuff because like in gym people be like
it would mess with them.
Yeah. Oh man,
that is so unsanitary.
I did not think about how unsanitary that really was.
Because you would lean on the walls.
Yeah,
and the tables
in
were the
gym we
wall.
used to lean up against the back wall. I didn't even think about that. All people's sweaty bodies, like.
Because the rest of them would be fine, but the first table in each section would just be unsanitary.
But I always sat at the back of the table anyway, so.
But they didn't really give us, because you have to sit with the class that you'd have after lunch.
Yeah.
So they would assign tables, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But.
I just
thought about that.
I'm so old. Oh my god.
I never thought about how insane. Well, I guess I'm alright.
I lived through it.
I mean, but we ate on lunch trays, but even to think of how you touch the table and touch your food, you know. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, I was coming downstairs to, now I can't remember if I had got my food and I was coming down and going to the table, or if I was coming down to get to the table before we went to get our food. I can't remember if I had food in my hands or not. But I was on my way to my lunch table. My lunch table was like the last table, or like the second or third to the last table at the end of the whole row. So I'm on my way. I went down the stairs and I'm on my way, and I tripped over the garbage can. I tripped over the garbage can and I fell in front of the whole entire lunchroom, y'all. I was so embarrassed. Like, for real. I was so frightened. I'm like, oh my god. And I got up and I'm like looking around and like everyone's looking at me, and y'all already know like how hurtful it is when you embarrass, like your heart drops and everything. Like I had that like pit in my stomach, like, oh my god, everybody just seen me fall. I'm never gonna live this down. So I was like dying, but it was like so horrible. Like the garbage can fell and everything.
Oh no.
But I can't remember if I had food in my hands or not. That's the only thing that I can't remember. But yeah, I was so embarrassed. And then everybody just went back to what they're doing. Like, that was so... At the same time, I felt disrespected. Like, ain't nobody care to be like, are you alright? They just seen me fall and went back to what they're doing. Like, I'm like, okay. But yeah, that was my first embarrassing moment.
I don't know if it's my first, but I guess I'll tell a story from the same school. Same time period. So I was at the same school, and there was an assembly. So we all went to the gym, to the bleachers. So we're all sitting in the bleachers. I was pretty high up, because they just did it by, like, class and stuff. So we were just where we were. We were where we were just because there was no rhyme or reason. So the assembly was over. I don't even remember what it was about. It might have been a grade assembly, like grades. It might have been like, I don't know. I can't remember. I hated that place.
I think in that school we had a lot of
assemblies there, yeah. So it was a random assembly, sure, whatever, fine. So we're getting ready to leave to go back to class, and I'm trying to come down the bleachers, and I slip and I bust my shit, and I fall down a couple levels on the bleachers, and everyone was just laughing at me. And I didn't even fall that bad. Like, it could have been worse. Like, I could have tumbled all the way down and broke something. Like, no, I barely fell. But everyone was just laughing at me. And I was so embarrassed because everybody was like, oh, white girl just fell. Like, I was like, dang, everybody just saw me fall. Like, I was like, damn. Like, everybody saw me fall. They're all laughing. I was like, damn. So, yeah, I fell down the bleachers.
Is that when you broke your ankle?
No, I broke my ankle in high school. That's the next story. We'll get to that. But yeah, same school. I remember the setup exactly. I fell down the wooden bleachers and everyone laughed at me. Everyone saw it. Everyone saw it. Okay. I was really awkward and like emo. Like, I stuck out. I was a sore thumb. Like, I fell down the bleachers. Everyone saw it. They're like, weird girl just fell again.
Weird
white girl just fell. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
so yeah. Everyone saw me and they were laughing. Okay.
Well, my next story is. I don't know what my next story is. Okay, so it was one winter, and I was leaving school because I used to walk home from school. A lot of us out there used to walk home from school. You guys, I'm with y'all. But anyways, I was walking home from school, and I think it was like. It was the last day because it was snow out. It was like, I think like the last day for till we went on winter break. So it might have been the last day and then we went on winter break. So I was walking home from school and
girl, someone's gonna Google that now. We're gonna die. Where are you?
Girl. I was walking from elementary.
Elementary. Yeah.
I'm gonna cut off the name. I was walking from elementary, and it's like this long street, like before you get to my road or whatever. So I was walking, and like right before winter break, like our teachers had gave us like candy bags and stuff. And I had my candy bag in my hand, and I was like walking home from school, and it was like ice, like all along the sidewalk. So I'm like, oh my god, like I need to be so careful because I seen like a whole bunch of kids like busting their stuff, like everybody was falling, and I'm like, I'm definitely not about to fall in front of all these kids. I'm not about to do it. So I'm like treading lightly on the snow. I'm like, okay, you got this. 1 foot at a time. You're gonna get where you need to be. And then I think like someone called my name and like turned around and and I fell in front of like not everybody but majority of the kids that was walking the same way that I was walking, and I was so freaking embarrassed. Like my leg was hurting because my leg had touched the snow, so it was like all cold. Like my butt was all wet and cold. And I'm like, I still gotta walk all the way home, which is like a good 1.5 miles or so. But I was so embarrassed because all them kids saw me fall, and I was just telling myself in my head, like, girl, you ain't gonna beat the rest of these kids that's falling on this ice, and I was one of them.
Wait, you didn't take the bus?
No, I didn't take the bus till like high school. So I used to walk home from school all the time. I didn't start taking the bus till high school.
Wait, did you go to like 1st, 2nd grade out here?
Mm-hmm.
So you walk all the way from like down where I live?
Well, I didn't always live here. I used to live like by your house.
Okay, I was about to say, dang, that's a far walk, because I used to walk home from school too up until like, then it was the other side of the village, so then I stopped like walking all the time. I still walk sometimes, but like not really.
Yeah, because I'm
Straight shoot though. Yeah.
Or sometimes I just walk.
We cutting this out. You ain't stalking nobody today. Alright, you can leave that part in me yelling at people. Okay, so I mean, I have a few. I don't know how much longer you want to talk about it, because I have a few. I mean, I don't know. You want to keep on my working on?
You can tell your ankle story. I got one more.
Okay, so I'll tell the biggest one then. Okay, so when I was in high school, it was the beginning, like the summer before my sophomore year. I was home alone, and I went to go to the bathroom, and I tripped over my dog and broke my ankle. It like shattered in like 3 or 4 places. I think it was like 3. It was 3. It was rough. And my ankle's still messed up to this day because that doctor didn't do a good job. Anyways, I should sue. Yes, I should. Whatever. Anyways, so I was on
a little late to be trying to sue the hospital.
It's malpractice. He done messed my stuff up. Anyway, so like I started the school year off on crutches. Like it was the end of summer. It was like the end of July or something, I think, maybe, when it happened. So I start school, crutches. It's so miserable. I came home and cried after the first day. I was like, Dad, I cannot. It was just so physically exhausting.
She's like, I don't want to go back.
I couldn't, because like my armpits were like raw from the crutches. And like everybody was just shoving me, like they didn't care. Like I had bruises. Like I was like really hurt. Like it was so physically exhausting. Our high school was pretty big for us not having as many students as like normal schools. Like we didn't have that many students, but it was pretty big. So yeah, I was so tired. And I had an elevator pass too, but I couldn't do it. Like I was so tired. So he let me have a couple of days off, and then I went back. And I had to figure out how to get to school, how to get from school. And one of the buses that pick up students for whatever reasons, behavior or learning issues, anything like that, like one of those buses had to come and get me because they had like steeper steps, so I had room to get up. So they had made arrangements for me to get picked up and dropped off. But I thought I was getting my cast off, so I was going to be fine, so they stopped getting me. But that's a different story. So I had to get on the regular bus with all those people in the script. Oh, that was rough. So anyways, I'm all over the place. It was raining, and they would not let me into the school until they let everybody else in school. I was like, can I please, before it started raining, like, can I get in the school? And they were like, no, you have to wait. So I waited on my crutches in this rain.
Somebody nice could let her cut them in line.
For real, like, they did not, because they let the like some buses off before others and stuff, but they wouldn't let me in the school before it really started raining. It was like drizzly. So it was raining. I get into school. The second I get off the carpeting, I fall and bust my shit because it was so slippery.
On crutches.
On crutches with my broken ankle. I hit the crap out of my cast. And it took like 2 people to get me up. The security guard could not get me up because it was just so slippery. I kept falling. And like, yeah. So that was pretty embarrassing because like the students were trying to help me too. Some of the students, like it was rough. And then the second time I fell on my crutches in high school, they had like little things of like dressing and dipping sauce and stuff, and someone had threw the little plastic circle lid on the ground, and I slipped on my crutch and fell on it because I didn't see it.
She fell in some ranch.
No, it was the top. It wasn't the whole, like, but it was like the little clear, the little clear top. I didn't see it, and I fell in the cafeteria. Yeah.
Listen, y'all got to be more mindful of others, okay?
For real. They would give me like an extra 5 minutes to get to class, like I'd leave early, and I still wouldn't get there on time because the school was just too much to navigate. So I would still get my ass beat every day in the hallways, feel like knocking me over and shit, like into the walls and shit. Like, yeah. It was rough.
And y'all gotta know, me and Steph are like 5'4", 5'5".
5'4", 5'5". Like, yeah, we're 5'4". We're short. Yeah,
we're
we're the same height.
Yeah, we're both like 5'4", and like in high school, y'all, these people were big.
They were big.
Majority of the guys that were in our school were on the football team, so it was like they were always like out. Like every time I had to get to class, they were always.
It
like,
was so hard
there.
to get through people because we were just so short.
Yeah, but at the same time, also being short, you could squeeze in between people, but also at the same time being short, you didn't exist. So it was like the best of bittersweet moments. Yeah.
So yeah, that was rough. I fell twice in high school on my crutches with my broken ankle. And I purposely got this neon orange cast. So it's like, everyone can see there's something wrong with my leg. You know what I mean? I was like, this is like a caution. Like, people, like, I'm hurt. I didn't get black, I didn't get red, I didn't get, like, any neutral color. I got, like, highlighter orange. Yeah. And that didn't help my case at all.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
It was awful. It was, like, the worst time of my life. And it was, our school was really bad with the air conditioning. Like, the heat and the cool, like, were just not regulated throughout the building. So I was, like, getting a workout every day. I was sweating so bad. And it was hard to shower, too. Like, I was so gross. Like, it was disgusting. Like, I hated it. Because the school was just, it made it worse. Because I'm sweating up already, and there's no air in the 90-degree heat. It was rough. It was rough. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just, thinking about it now, it was like so traumatic. Like, it was just the worst time of my life in high school, like, having to deal with everyone. And even the kids in the elevator would be mean to me. This one dude called me, like, crippled. I was like, you're in a whole wheelchair, so you had leg surgery calling me crippled. Like, what? Like, for real. There were so many in the elevator, the one dude would call me, like, whatever. I was like, dude, like, what?
Oh, God. That's horrible.
For real. I don't even know where that story came from, but yeah, he came into our store one time, and he was like, are you Adam's sister? I was like, yeah. He's like, I feel sorry for you. I was like, he didn't remember me, but I was like, I feel sorry for you, because you were the one that was so mean to me on the elevator. And he was like, a kid at the time, he's younger than us. He, like, grew up and, like, got tall and stuff, but I was like, excuse you? Okay, anyways.
Alright, y'all. Last story before we end this video. Again, it has to do with me falling on ice. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm not getting the right shoes.
You need to traction right.
Maybe I need to stop wearing Jordans. Jordan, you need to put some grip on your shoes, alright? Wait, did I have on Jordans that day? No, I had on Adidas that day. Adidas, y'all need to get some grip. Maybe I didn't get the right Adidas because it was either Jordan or Adidas. Both of y'all need to get some grip on y'all shoes.
Oh my God. Now I'm just thinking about, I was watching this one YouTuber and she got some Adidas and she was like, Adidas. I was like, she was saying it so weird. I was like, you obviously never had any Adidas before. She was like, I don't remember how she said it, but I was like, what are those?
You sound like one of the
Adidas. That's how she said it. Adidas.
Oh man. But Jordan and Adidas, please get some grip on y'all shoes. Or maybe I just didn't get the right ones. Anyways, alright, this is the last story, y'all. This just happened, like, either Tuesday or Thursday. Tuesday.
Oh no.
Yeah. This happened on Tuesday. And I was so embarrassed. Even if only 2 or 3 people see me fall, I was still embarrassed. So I'm leaving school. This is college now. What is that? Fall in every single
every single school, every single grade.
Anyway, so I'm leaving school. It's college now, and where I was getting my Uber.
Such a weird looking dog.
Yeah, where I was getting my Uber. Oh, there's both of them out there. Where I was getting my Uber to pick me up at. I guess the school, they ain't had no salt down that sidewalk. I don't know why they wouldn't have salt down this sidewalk, because this sidewalk is an actual hill, so you would think they'd put salt on the hill. But anyways, my Uber is coming to pick me up, so I'm walking down the sidewalk. I'm like, I'm already slipping, like, as soon as I, like, get out the door. So I'm like, I'm about to walk in the grass. So I walk in the grass all the way up until, like, where my Uber is. And then it's like this much sidewalk that I have to step on just to get to the door. Why as soon as my one foot hit the sidewalk, I automatically fell. It was horrible.
And you had like this much to get over.
Right. I'm like, I walked in the grass all the way up until where the car is, and then I had this much sidewalk. Just step on the sidewalk 2 times. Door. I stepped on the sidewalk once and fell. Yes, my butt was hurting for like 2 days. It was horrible. And like now I gotta get in this Uber, and he knew I fell. And one person that was in the building saw me fall, and they came out and they were like walking there like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm alright." While I get my Gatorade that fell into the street, get up off the frozen concrete, get my Gatorade, get in the car, and the Uber driver, he's like, "Are you alright?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." He's like, He was like, alright, I'm just making sure. Oh. And I gotta ride in this embarrassment all the way to my job. I gotta ride up to the job because my mom was there. So I get ride out to the store, and the Uber driver's like, he's like, I'm gonna park close to the door so you don't fall again. I'm like, thanks.
You're like, a real one.
Yeah, he's like, cause I'm old and I know how it feels to fall, and it's way worse when you're old. I'm like, thanks. Like, somewhat for trying to make me feel better, I guess. But yeah, that was so embarrassing. Yeah. Anyways, you guys, this is the end. If y'all want to hear some more embarrassing stories, I'm sure we can scramble up some more. But anyways, you guys, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. In the description are our social media, so go follow us on those.
Follow.
Follow.
Follow. Follow. Follow. Follow. Follow.
Alright, don't forget it's Get Your Life Together 2019. Yeah, so join us on this journey. Anyway.
Oh Lord! It's possessed! I'm scared! Oh no. Some of them just started moving by itself.
Girl, I think it was just the lid to one of those pots.
I don't care. They shouldn't be moving like that. You put it in one place, you stay in one place. Next thing, this thing's gonna go wham!
Girl, don't be trying to set up no type of spirits up in my house.
I'll buy you some candles. Like, just bless them away.
Yeah. Anyways, you guys, bye.
Bye.
Never let them see your friend. And if you need a friend to pick you up, I'll be around. And we can ride with the windows down, the music loud. I can tell you ain't laughing in the rap, but I wanna see that cookie snap.
I'm away down. I'm away down. What the one that was trying to get me way down. Like the sun, no, you know I'm away down.
Cookie smile with your style on them. Cookie smile with your style on them.
You were the one that was trying to get me way down. But like the sun, no, you know I'm away
They don't
down.
look nothing like the people on the screen. You know the movie stars, picture perfect beauty queens. But we got dreams and we got the right to chase them. Look at the nation, that's a crooked smile. Races couldn't even straighten. Seem like half the races either on probation or in jail. Wonder why we inhale, cause we inhale already. I ask